What's going on, YouTube? Let's get that music turned off. What's up, YouTube? My name is Bill. Welcome to KO Bets. We're back. We had a week off for UFC content. Actually, I gotta wear this. For pageantry purposes, I gotta wear this. Let them know who's the best. Like I said, welcome to KO Bets. My name is Bill. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. I really appreciate the support. I'm trying to grow the channel, trying to reach a broader audience that enjoys the sport, and just have an intelligent conversation when it comes to gambling, making predictions, choosing the outcome of fights, you know? And we're here to just have fun. So on the itinerary today, the NFT update, I'm giving away an NFT at 100 subscribers. We're at 60, so there's another reason to subscribe. We'll get there quicker. Let's see. It's going to be a UFC strike moment. Not no scam coin or anything like that. It's just a little video clip is all it is, really. We got to recap UFC 283. What a crazy event. Let me share the screen here. We did great in our predictions. We did really well. Actually, I should pull up Twitter here. Pull up the evidence, right? Okay. So on the 21st of January, that's when I posted the picks that I made, right? All of the picks. And we finished up 0.73 units last week on our picks, 13-2 on the money line predictions, which was great. Now this week we've got to go over UFC Fight Night, Lewis against Spivak. Kind of an interesting card. I don't know, you get this on occasion where you just get a card that doesn't have finishes, for sure. What the fuck? So, and another thing, you get this sometimes too, like, if there's fights in London, bet on, you know, the people that they're catering to, the crowd they're catering to. Do you see the start time of this? 12 a.m. Central Time? Holy shit, I didn't realize it started at that time. And then the prelims start at 9 p.m.? What? What? So the main card starts at midnight. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights? Are you kidding me? I mean, I do think we could get a lot of finishes this card, but that just seems crazy. That's a crazy time. That's in Las Vegas. And I think honestly, I think they're catering to like the Asian crowd. There's a lot of fighters from Asia on this card. And it's smart, right? To serve your audience. So, first fight is Tatsuro Taira taking on Jesus Santos Aguilar. Tatsuro Taira, he's coming into this 2-0 in the UFC. Really talented 23-year-old. Yeah, good. Looks good on the feet. Looks to be a really good submission artist as well. Did get a submission victory his last time out. I expect... So Tatsuro's just a huge favorite. Just an enormous favorite, right? Let's go back here. Minus 1,250 odds. So, and he is better everywhere. What Jesus Aguilar is good at, grappling. He's a Dana White Contender Series guy. He's making his debut. It's a tough debut. I mean, Tatsuro might be better everywhere. We'll see, like, if Jesus can secure takedowns in this fight, but I'm going with, we're going with Tatsuro Taira on the first fight. I mean, I'm guessing odds makers do not like this to go the distance. No is at minus 200. They like the Tatsuro Taira submission. If we're looking at his opponent, what's his one loss? It's a submission. And now he's facing a really, really good fighter. Submitted CJ Vergara, who's not like amazing, but he's getting submissions. So I guess I could get along with the idea that there's going to be a submission. I don't know. The odds on that money line are so unappealing. And then to see the submission and decision so closely placed together, like, I think Tatsuro Taira is going to be very proficient on the feet, and like, I guess if he feels like Aguilar might, you know, he wants to stay away from his strength, which is probably just grappling, and he keeps it standing, like, yeah, I guess we could get that decision. I don't know, kind of a weird line. Trying to find something that I like some value on. Yeah, I mean, I guess I like maybe the outcome that it could be a decision or KO. Probably more likely decision, but like that the fight plays out on the feet. So maybe I like a little bit of value in that. But to be honest, I don't really know. Tatsuro seems like the obvious selection to make, right? But where are you gonna get any sort of value on this guy? You know, you cannot bet at those odds. Like, doesn't make any sense to do so. So going with Tatsuro Taira, I guess inside the distance is what I'm inclined to say, and I don't know. I'm just saying inside the distance. Jung Young Park taking on Dennis Tululian. Dennis is coming into this fight on a 1-fight win streak. Jung Young Park, he's coming on into this fight on a 2-fight win streak. As you can see in the strike up, sorry, I was going to say stand up and I said strike up. In the striking game, Dennis is definitely a really hard puncher, but he does get hit a lot. You can see that. Absorbing a lot of strikes per minute. Bad defense compared to Park. Park does a pretty good job of pushing the pace too. I think Dennis is most dangerous early. It would definitely early in the fight, I think, be in Jung Young Park's interest to grapple with Dennis a little bit, get the fight to the ground, and then Dennis just doesn't. 16 fights, and only 3 of them have reached a decision. He's got 3 submission losses. Like, he just seems like someone who can kind of tire out and might be prone to getting submitted. Jung Young Park, his last fight, he submitted Joseph Holmes, which was okay. Eric Anders, I'm pretty sure he was very persistent grappling in that matchup. We can check the statistics. Let's see. Split decision. Oh God, I lost a lot of money on Holm that night. Let's see. Split decision, takedown. So it was Eric Anders who actually had the takedowns, but a reverse and good output from Jung Young Park. I think he's just got to tire out Dennis Tulin. I do like Jung Young Park a lot in this fight. We did see he is the favorite at -225. Definitely going with him on the money line. Just needs to stay safe early in the fight, and then I think he could put away Dennis. I'm going to guess the odds makers really don't like this to go the distance. It's only at -150. That's interesting. I kind of like that. Odds makers. So they like the Jung Young Park decision, but they also, I mean, it's close, but the line also suggests three and 0 as the favorite, 1-1 as an underdog. So is it like this? Does this mean like that? So no, he's got 9. Oh, so maybe that's just Dennis's stats right there? Is that what we're looking at? So like 9-1? No, it says 100% of his wins were via knockout. That's inaccurate. And then is this in the UFC? confused. I'm confused a little bit with the statistics that I'm looking at. But I do like, I do kind of like the value on this fight does not go the distance at minus 150. Because I think if Dennis wins, he might like just crack Jung Young Park in the first round. And if he doesn't get Jung Young Park out of there, Jung Young Park might just like submit his ass or ground and pound him. So yeah, I kind of like that play. By the way, you see my Twitter in the lower that way where the mouse is hovering. If you follow me there, I'll always post my official picks on the day of the fight. So we're doing unit tracking this year, and we're up 2.73 units. We will definitely track that all year long. Just want to keep it as transparent as possible. And you know, if you don't gamble, a unit's kind of, it's different for everyone, right? But a unit is just like a unit could be $10, $20, $50. It just kind of depends on your bankroll, what you're willing to risk. So it's different for everyone. We're up, essentially, you just take whatever your unit is. So if it's $10, you know, we're up to, what is that, $27.9 now. So that's all it means. All right. Next fight. Yi Yeon Kim taking on Mandy Bohm. Is it Bohm or Bum? Mandy, 0-2 in the UFC. And then you've got Ji Young Kim on a 4-fight losing streak. Just a not a great fight. I mean, Ji Young Kim is a heavy favorite, and this just seems like a fight you want to kind of stay away from. Mandy Bohm has not looked good in the UFC at all. Prior to the UFC, really good, right? Just has the 2 decision losses, it looks like. Should probably get back to like I think maybe a grappling approach might be a good strategy in this matchup. Yeah, really tough to like be confident putting money on either of these fighters. What's their ages? I mean, I think, yeah, Mandy's 33. Kim is 33. Yeah, it's just, it spells disaster, is what it spells, in my opinion. We got to stay away from this one. There's no reason you should be betting on this. We're going to go with Kim, right? But minus 280. Don't be betting on this shit. I mean, yeah, I think it's going to go the distance. We get a Kim decision, like she points up Mandy. Mandy loses her 3rd decision in a row. That sort of thing. I don't know. Stay away from that fight. Stay away from it. The next 1, 2, 3, 4 fights are all road to the UFC fights. So they're all from that series. And they're all making their UFC debuts. Sunguk Choi, 6-1 professionally. Good kicker. Low hands, low volume. You can see that 2.63 strikes landed per minute. That's just in this road to the UFC. We gotta pull up their sure dogs, because see what they're doing. 4 decision wins, couple of knockout wins. First round knockouts, possesses some power. And then this guy's just coming in. Hung Sung Park, Peace of Mind. Just freaking destroying. Submission, knockout, knockout, submission, knockout, submission. Impressive, impressive. Park is a strong grappler, has good control, has good power. I like Park, I think, just on paper to be the minute winner, right? Just to be the more like grueling approach, more pressured approach, more output. And then Choi, I just see him being a little bit defensive in this matchup. Good takedown defense from Choi, but I gotta give the grappling advantage to Park, and I just think he's going to be a little bit better everywhere. I'm sure Park is the favorite, just based on what we're seeing. Here, Park is minus 195. Yeah, we're going to go with Park. What do we think? 6 finishes for Park. It's impressive. Are we going to get another finish in this fight? Because we did, I think, distance in the last fight, right? Then we did a finish inside minus 150. And then for Tatsuro, we settled on inside the distance. So, could be an exciting card. But yeah, I think I gotta go with Park. Just the more impressive methods of victory lately. Park is the favorite. I would say odds makers don't like this to go the distance. They do. Minus 200. So they like the Park decision. Even though Park has 6 wins inside the distance. Interesting. I mean, I guess I like him to be the minute winner is what I said, right? So maybe those aren't bad odds. Minus 195 for Park. Kind of like that. Winning method. I mean, with 6 wins inside the distance, I feel like maybe there's value on some sort of finish by Park there. What does this say? Park by KO or submission plus 275. Maybe. Just putting it up there as something I think there might be some value on, considering the odds makers like it to go the distance. By the way, I did take an underdog. You're going to have to try and figure out who it is. I took one. Toshiomi Kazama taking on Rinya Nakamura. Toshiomi, he's a road to... Alright, I told you, all these guys are road to the UFC. They're all making their debut, on a UFC card. But Toshiomi, high pressure, good cardio. Don't really see it in the stats right here, but yeah, high pressure, good cardio, good grappler. You can see the win by here. He's got a lot of submissions on his resume. Again, we should pull up the SureDog for these guys. 10-2 professionally. Gets the decision his last time out. 5 wins via submission. And then he's taking on Rinya Nakamura. Five out of 6 wins inside the distance. Rinya is a great wrestler. Persistent wrestler. 5.22 takedowns per 15 minute. 100% takedown offense. He's a good grappler. He might, and then he's improving as a striker. I kind of like Rinya, and I'm sure the odds makers do too. Yeah, minus 450. Damn. Minus 450. Yeah, he just seems really good. And Toshiomi has 2 losses. One's a knockout loss. Flying knee and punches. There's Belchin. I don't know if you hear that when that comes up. That's a little bit gross, but we're partying. Yeah, Rinya Nakamura. Gotta like him in this fight. Minus 450 though. I mean, I'm not sure what that looks like with, here, I gotta write this down. Park. KO or sub. Plus 275. I wonder what he looks like parlayed. I don't know if it's, like, the smartest thing to parlay. I'm just throwing it up there to see it, right? Minus 119. I don't know. As far as the method of victory, I'm guessing the odds makers don't like it to go the distance. Yeah, minus 280. I'd have to agree with that. I mean, Nakamura's got huge power. I think Toshiomi wants to probably grapple in this matchup. I think maybe Nakamura gets the KO. Yeah, that's what they like, the Nakamura KO. I'd have to agree, simply because Toshiomi does seem to be a proficient grappler and dangerous there. So I'd have to agree. As far as the fight props, does it go the distance? Maybe there's some value on that, right? Cover the Toshiomi submission. Not really sure. I'm just gonna change the light color. There we go. Lumos. Alright, Rinya Nakamura. Yeah, I like him in this fight. Probably the knockout. Maybe early, too. Oh, here we go. Next fight we've got is Jung Lee taking on Yi Za. I've written down Za Yi. Yi Za. That's his name? See here it says Za Yi. I'd be curious which way is correct. We'll find out tomorrow. Maybe. It's late. So yeah, Jung Young Lee, I gotta say it, I can't help it. Road to UFC fighters matching up against each other in this fight here. Jung Young Lee taking on Yi Za. Jung Young Lee he's got good power. Kind of a wild man. I don't think that output is obviously sustainable or accurate, but he does have good cardio. Does seem to be dangerous everywhere. Yeah, and then Yi Za, he's experienced, 21-3 professionally. I don't know if it has that. No, it says he's 2-0, 21-3 professionally. Good jiu-jitsu and good cardio as well. So I think the fight, as far as where Yi Za is going to have maybe a little advantage is maybe in the grappling department. I'm not sure. But definitely that's where he's most dangerous. And I think Lee's going to have the stand-up advantage in this fight. So it's kind of whatever you like stylistically. I really like Jung Young Lee. He's another favorite here, -245. I gotta go with him. I do think, like, on paper his takedown defense isn't that good, but he's throwing up submissions from there. 7 out of 9 wins inside the distance. For his opponent, he has been knocked out. He has been submitted before. Heel hook and body kick. Interesting. I like Lee in this fight. As far as, is the fight going to go the distance? I think odds makers are going to say no. -300. I mean, I don't want to, I hate when I start chasing, like, fight is going to end inside the distance and I'm getting it wrong. You're getting, like, a decision from a Jung Young Lee. So I don't want to say, like, yes, I think he can knock him out, but I also think, like, it could be a decision. So I think the bet I might place in this would be just Jung Young Lee on the money line, like in a round robin scenario. I do think he's better, but he is going up against an experienced opponent. The next fight we've got here is Jekka Siragai taking on Anshul Jubli. Jekka, he is 13-2 professionally. Again, road to the UFC opponents. Ashul, he's 6-0 professionally. Let's start with Ashul. He's well-rounded, really well-rounded, good grappler. Does have, it's not the best stand-up, but he's got, I think he's young. I think he's really young. I don't know how young he is, but I think he's pretty young. How is he? 28. I mean, his striking is definitely, it could improve more. I just don't like how little he lands sometimes, but he does have good output. Really great grappler. And then he's taking on Jekka Sakurai. I mean, with him, What did we say? He's 13-2. Out of his 13 wins, 12 of them are inside the distance. Powerful, explosive striker. Kind of low output, kind of shitty cardio. Wow. Yeah, look at all these. It's unreal. Like all finishes. I mean, I think he's pretty good grappling wise. Like I don't know if Anshul's really going to be able to grapple with him early on. It's probably a smart idea, but I feel like Jeka's got this. I think he's another favorite, slightly too. Yeah, man, and Jeka does have the cardio issues. What did he lose by? 2 submission losses, and Anshul only has 1 submission victory, but he is a good grappler. And he does have terrific cardio. What an interesting fight. I'm going to go with Sergey for the KO, but slight favorite. Odds makers do not think this goes the distance at -165. I'd have to agree. Plus 225 for the KO. Kind of like that. Kind of like that as like a, you know, a good odds play. What was the other one we had talked about? Oh yeah, the Park KO or sub. There we go. Kind of like both of those is like plus, you know, plus odds plays, but definitely, I think a little risky. For sure. Alright, going with Jeka in this fight, knockout, plus 225. And now we're on to the main card, which is going to start at midnight Central Time. That's insane. Yusaku Kinoshita, 6-1, making his debut. Dana White Contender Series kid, 22 years old, really young. Has incredible power on the feet. And he's taking on Adam Fugit. Adam's on a 1-fight losing streak, 0-1 in the UFC. Kind of a brawler. Gosh, I mean, this should be just like, I think, kind of a slugfest in a way. I think if Adam Fugit's smart, he should do some takedowns, trying to implement some grappling frequently in this fight. But I think he's got this. He looks good. He's got some potential. Yeah, he fought last year on the Contender Series. Yeah, I remember him fighting, and I mean, he was pretty good. He might not have looked great in the first round. He was maybe getting taken down some, but looked good. And then Fugit, 2 knockout losses. Michael Morales. That's not the kid. Yeah. Oh, it is the kid from Ecuador. Yeah, he's really good. He's really good for sure. But Yusaku, he seems to carry some power with him. So maybe we like the Yusaku knockout. Yusaku minus 365. Odds makers don't like it to go the distance. Yusaku KO plus 120. Fug it. They like the KO there plus 70. Just the KO straight up is minus 115. Oh, he got a disqualification for fence grabbing. Okay, that's his loss. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the knockout spot here again. I'm just putting it up there because it's plus odds. I don't know if I'm actually gonna take that. I'll post all the picks I make on Twitter tomorrow. Right here. Give me a follow. But yeah, I guess maybe the KO there for Yusaku. The next fight we've got is Doohoo Choi taking on Kyle Nelson. Let's see my notes. Doohoo Choi. Probably, he's been around for a while. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't know. He's been around for a while, that's for sure. Taken a lot of time off. 2019, 2018, 2016 was his last win. Like, that's a while ago. Coming off of 3 losses, as you can see. He's a striker. He likes to bang. Has gotten knocked out in his last 2. Kyle Nelson, good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, but he also comes into fights just to bang, just to throw down. So I think these guys are just going to probably try and knock each other out. I like a knockout as a likely outcome. I think Doohoo Choi is who I'm going with. He is the favorite at minus 190. It's kind of a scary fight, right? Doohoo Choi hasn't fought in forever. Kyle Nelson, he's coming off of a 2-fight losing streak. Hasn't been good in the UFC. He's 1-4, but he hits hard. So, and we've seen Doohoo Choi his last two fights get knocked out. What's the knockout? Minus 200. And odds makers definitely don't like it to go the distance. I'm writing a couple of these down. I agree. I think someone's knocking someone out, but yeah, I don't think there's a submission in play. So the KO is minus 200. I don't know. It's tough. I think it's okay to eliminate that inside the distance and just go with the KO for a little bit better odds, minus 200 there, but I don't think I can bet on that fight. It's tough. Doohoo Choi is just taking off a lot of time. Marcin Tybura taking on Blagoy Imavov. Tybura's on a 1-fight win streak. Blagoy, he's on a 1-fight win streak. Couple of heavyweights here. Both have the ability to grapple, but I don't know if we'll see that. I mean, yeah, I don't really know if we'll see that. If you're looking at both of these fighters, they have that grappling. They're probably going to end up stand-up striking. Tybura has been pretty proficient at pulling out wins, it seems like, in his UFC career. Prior to losing to Volkov, was just on a nice win streak. Had a couple of KO victories, not over like anyone crazy, but did have the KO victories. Has a win over Sergey Spivak, a unanimous decision win, who we'll see later that, tonight. So I just perceive him to be the better fighter, honestly. Just overall, if the wrestling cancels out, I think Tybura is going to be better on the feet. I think both fighters are going to get really tired really early. Blagoy is really tough. As a heavyweight, that's kind of insane. So I guess I'm like in the Tybura decision. Testing. Alright, it said it malfunctioned. So I'm liking Marcin Tybura in this fight. It's a close one, though. I think the odds makers like it to go the distance, which is crazy. Yeah, it just seems like a fight to stay away from, but the Tybura decision is kind of what I'm leaning towards. But yeah, again, don't think it's a really good opportunity to bet. Not a wise spot. Unless you're super confident in either person. Maybe in this Tybura Blagoy fight and the Kim and Bohm fight, maybe we look at the split decision odds. What does that look like? audio's out. Thank you. My audio's been out. I didn't realize it. I guess it went out 12-ish minutes ago. That's not good. Let me just check where that was, and 12-ish minutes. Damn. So in short, we went with Derek Lewis. No. We went with Sergey Spivak, under 1.5, under 2.5. Thanks for tuning in. I'm a little embarrassed. This is Bill with KO Bets. Thanks for tuning in. Check out my Twitter. I'll post everything tomorrow. All the official picks. Just check me out on Twitter. Thanks.